Hello, everybody. How's it do? How's it be? Today, I'm gonna tell you what you need. It's the time that you've been waiting for, the time that you've been talking about, the moment that you've been waiting for is now. Enough waiting, enough saying, enough trying to do whatever it is that you've been meaning to do. Now is the time to do. Now is the due time. Because if you don't do time, you're gonna now is due time. So if you don't do in due time, you're gonna do time. You feel me? Now, trying to do something's a trap. Stop trying. Just do. And if you can't do it or you can't be asked to do it, then don't do it. It's as simple as that. No need to bullshit it. Get up. Do it. Come on. Whoever owns the game that you're playing, whoever owns the TV show that you're binging right now, whoever owns the fast food joint that you've been door dashing to your house, that you've been Uber Eatsing to your house, whatever Starbucks or coffee shop you've been dropping $4.30 and maybe even a tip that you've been guilt tripped into giving you every single day because you have a caffeine addiction but can't be asked to buy a coffee maker. The time is now. If you got a coffee addiction and you need to satiate it every day, buy a fucking coffee maker. Get off the game. Do what it is you gotta do. Get the job. Go out there and look for the job. Go to the DMV. Go to the store. Whatever it is you gotta do. If you haven't brushed your teeth and you know you need to brush your teeth today, brush your fucking teeth. I've been there. No need for you to be there all day too. Get up. Get moving. Come on. Go. 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 The fact that you're still watching this video shows me that you need to hear this right now. Get up. Stop watching me. I appreciate it. God knows that I appreciate it. And I hope I can give you the words that you need in the time of need, and that I can give y'all some value in these videos. But y'all need to give yourself some value too. You need to get off YouTube, get off your phone, get off your computer, do some push-ups, go for a run, eat some carrots today. Like, do something. Whatever it is, you know you gotta do something. Make a step in the right direction. Get the ball rolling. Doesn't matter if you spend 5 minutes in the gym. If you've been wanting to go to the gym for a minute and you've been saying, I want to try to get to the gym, stop trying. Just go to the gym. Doesn't matter if you literally go there, sign up, look at the equipment, maybe hop on a treadmill for 5 minutes, and then you leave. At least you went there, and it makes it more possible for you to go the next day, or the week after, and then you can build a habit of it. And once you build a habit of those things, it's gold. It's just easy. It's just easy at that point. It's just your life. It's just a matter of doing that. So whatever it is you want to be, you can be it, son. Nobody says you got to be a regular average Joe. But also, you can't just snap your fingers and live your dream life. You have to do the things to make it come into fruition. But with that said, the fake it till you make it thing is pretty real, but it's not faking it. You just become that. And even if you're not exactly where you want to be instantly, you just becoming that mentally and inside will make you turn into that on the outside. If you're determined to become a goddamn warrior human, a goddamn lion of a man or woman, and if you genuinely feel that shit on the inside and you convince yourself of that, even a little bit, it'll start manifesting itself in real life. And the more you follow that, and the more you push it and encourage that and those feelings and those thoughts and those actions that are pushing you in the direction that you want to go, it'll just get easier. And like I said, it'll just become your life, and it'll become you. And then you can take it steps further if you want. Like if you're trying to become a better person, a better and greater person every day, at every hour and every minute, once you get to your initial goals, once you get to where you wanted to be initially, you'll realize there's more side quests and more storylines that you can continue on with. There's always something to do. There's never not something to do. Being bored is just your brain telling you that you need to do something. Like we got an empty slot that needs to be filled right now. What can we do? Even if it's not like work or self-improvement or something, just doing something or putting your energy into something that will benefit you and your environment is just, it's the things around you is just it's more impactful than anything else that you could do. Because if you need to do something, and you're not going to do something to improve yourself, then you can find something that would improve your future and the future of the people around you and your environment by just being there for somebody, or enjoying the presence of somebody or something, spending time with a pet, spending time with a loved one or with a friend, or in nature, just hanging out with some squirrels and trees. All those things are positive. They might seem mundane and very simple or even boring, but it's better than sitting inside, much more isolated than you would be if you were at least sitting like outside watching stuff go. Because when you're outside, you realize everything else is just living their lives. So what am I doing? Just watching them live their lives. Let me live my life. The squirrels be going to the shop every day, getting acorns, burying them, stockpiling them for them and their squirrel children. We're not so different. We're really not so different. The only thing is, we have the time and the blessings to not be so preoccupied with trying to live, reproduce, and feed ourselves and our offspring, that we have the time to think about more. What else can we do? Why aren't I doing this? What am I? Who am I? Like, what are we? Where do we come from? What is the meaning of this? We have the blessing to be able to, we're the only, from what I know, we're the only creature that has the blessing to be able to think like that. And it shouldn't be a burden. Like I said, worst comes to worst, if you genuinely can't think of anything to do with yourself that'll improve yourself, your future, your environment, or the people or things around you, you can just enjoy the company of somebody or something, or even yourself. Like, meditation will improve your future and the future of the people around you, whether it's directly or indirectly, because it'll improve you, and then your self-improvement will be less shit for other people to have to deal with and help you with. So you are helping people around you by helping yourself. Because we're a big network, we're a big team, we're a big community, whether or not we know it. Whether or not we know it. Like, yeah. So you know what you need to do. There's no reason you shouldn't be doing it. Just do it. And if you're not doing it, that just shows what your priorities are right now. It means you don't prioritize it enough to spend your time and energy on it, because that's all you got. You only got your energy, your attention, and your time. And they all kind of go together. So you spend time and energy on something, or if you spend time on something, it can take your energy. And if you spend energy on something, that'll probably spend time too. And I don't really know what I'm going with that, but basically, those are, and your attention. Like, yeah, if you're paying attention to something, that's going to take energy and time away from you. And mix them all up. It's the same thing. They correlate. Just the more aware you can be, the better. Because then you're more in touch with what you do and don't want to do, and what you think, and how you want to be, how you want to interact, and how you want to be influenced. Because I don't think we should ever be like, this is what I am, this is what I think, and I'm not going to change that. Because then you're not really an individual. Or you're not a very deep individual, at least. But like, we should know ourselves from, or we should do our best to try to get to know ourselves and the people around us. Not get too tied down or too attached to anything, but at the same time recognize what resonates with you and what feels right with you. If you know something feels right, you should probably follow it. If you know something feels wrong, probably shouldn't follow it, or you should probably avoid it. Or maybe pay more attention to it and see what you think, what else it makes you feel. If it keeps making you feel negative or bad, maybe like it's something in your body tells you, be careful. It's good to be aware of that. You don't always need to live your life scared, and like, if you feel any sort of be careful, then you can't do it, or you got to be like super cautious, and you don't ever leave your house or anything. But at the same time, we hear things inside of our heads for a reason. It's not just bull. It's not just pubble. We feel things and think things for a reason. But at the same time, you don't want to be over-consumed, stressed, or like, you don't want to be too controlled or stressed by anything, even your own thoughts and emotions. It's good to have them and recognize them and feel them, but you don't want them to consume you either. Like, it's good to have your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas, interests, and whatnot, but you shouldn't let those control you and dictate where you go, because you never know. You could think something today and think something completely different tomorrow, or not. You know what I mean? Or you were right the whole time, but you don't know until you live life and find out. So, yeah. Just don't take things too seriously, but at the same time, don't not pay attention. Or that's at least my advice in the general scheme of things. Can't hurt you. I'll tell you that from personal experience. And the only person that truly knows is you. So you gotta listen to you, because if you just go about your life only listening to other people, you're gonna have some awkward, confusing, or uncomfortable points, because not everybody knows what's right for you at that particular moment, or in general. You know, sometimes only you know. Doesn't mean people can't know what's good for you. Just means you can't rely on it 100% of the time. Because there's not always going to be a person to tell you what to do, or critique you or take care of you or such, you know what I mean? Sometimes in life you're not around other people, or you're not around other people that can do anything for you. So it's good to have that independence, but it's also good to have that open-mindedness and ability to connect and communicate with others, so you can be positively influenced and can positively influence other people. Because people can definitely help people, for sure. And when you get multiple people working on similar things or one thing, you can get things done way quicker, way more efficiently, and figure things out that you never would have figured out with just one person. But at the same time, you're not always going to have, especially in the grand scheme of life, like, I mean, a lot of us are going to have somebody around that we can at least talk to or something, even if it's just for a minute. But you never know. You never know. And it's not like we can't survive by ourselves. There's plenty of people who do, or in very small numbers. It's just good to keep things in perspective. Things could always be one way or the other, or somewhere in the middle. Things can always change. Things can always be different. Things can always be... The possibilities are endless. Keep your mind open, keep your eyes open, and keep your ears open. But at the same time, don't be afraid to open your mouth. That was a good summarization of what I just said. And with that, we are 17 minutes in. I can take this ripski. We'll see how much longer, what else I got to talk about after that. Or if I just need to go after this. Cheers. I appreciate you joining, giving your time to watching this video. I hope I can make it worth it and give you some value or something take away from this. Some advice, something. And or at least some entertainment and some company if you need it. If you need it, I love you. You can do it. You got to do what you got to do. There's nobody stopping you from being the next me to the next you. Everybody has value. You just gotta... You might have to do a little digging to really find out what you can truly bring of value. But everybody's got something that somebody doesn't know. So don't be afraid to open your mouth. But remember, keep your ears and eyes open at the same time. And your heart. Can't forget about that. Alright. I'm gonna get out of here. Because it's gonna take me a second before my voice comes back. But if there's one thing I can leave y'all with, stop trying. Because as soon as you start trying, you're trying to do something or be something or create something specific, you stress yourself, and then whatever you're doing starts feeling like homework. You don't necessarily need to do everything out of passion and because you love it. But stop trying. It should just happen. You should just work. You should just do whatever it is you do. I can't help making music. Even if I were to stop creating music in general and stop making videos, I can't help but do finger drumming on tables when I'm out somewhere, or I'll like hum melodies. I like to beatbox when I'm alone, yeah, is that what it's called? Fucking making beats with your mouth, the beatboxing. I don't know what it's called, but I think that's what it's called. But yeah. Like I can't help it. It just flows out of me. And I I'm starting to realize I need something physical to do during the day. I'm a very, like, I need to do something. So work is very natural for me. Do I like to do stuff. Sitting down stresses me out more than doing stuff does. And I realized that once I actually get up and start doing stuff, because the stress and anxiety and all that stuff goes away, because that's just how our bodies work. If we're completing a task, we're getting naturally high off of ourselves while simultaneously doing something that will help us physically in the future. So you get a little hit of chemical in your brain and you actually do something. So it's a win-win. And no, I'm speaking very vague, but that doesn't mean if you don't feel like working, if it doesn't just happen, or you don't like have the urge to make music, or like because you don't beatbox and finger drum on tables, that you can't make music, or you're not able to. It just means you're accustomed to however it is you're living right now, or whatever you're doing right now, and your brain's wired a certain way. The only way to rewire it is to get in there and pull shit out, plug it in somewhere else. Like if you got a video game addiction, sometimes the only way to stop yourself is to get it out the house. And then you get bored and you need something to do, so you do something that's more productive, something that you've been wanting to do, like going to the gym, or talking, hanging out with friends, family more, or working more, starting a side hustle, or meditating, getting into spirituality and self-help and trying to get healthier. Like there's all sorts of things that there's all, like it's, and we all know it too. That's the biggest thing, is we all know it, especially adults. Anybody that's an adult and has responsibilities, obligations, knows what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. It's just a matter of them choosing, you know? Same with us. Regardless how old you are. But I mean, you have to experience to know, so the less time and experience you have, you're a little handicapped. But it's still innate. Like you can still be young and have a moral compass and have a somewhat of a idea of what they think is right and wrong. Obviously, I don't even know where I'm really going, but you know what you got to do. If you've been wanting to do it, or you've been saying you're trying to do it, then do it. Or else keep trying to do it, because everybody knows what trying to do it means. I've been trying. I've been trying so hard to not use the word trying. No, I actually, the first trying was real, but I've been avoiding the word trying because I think I heard Andrew Tate talking about how trying is just not doing, or it's like a wanting to do but not having but not actually having the urge to actually. It's like, yeah, that would be nice, but I can't be asked to do it right now. Or I can't be asked to actually physically go accomplish that. But I would try to, or I'd like to try to, or something like. Yeah. If you want to do something truly, then do it. And if you can't be asked or you don't want to do it, then don't do it. But then don't be surprised when the things that you do end up where you think they might end up. I mean, like, if you know doing something's gonna end you up somewhere, don't be surprised when you end up there. At the end of the day, if it sounds brutal to some, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's life for you, and that's the only thing I can tell you, or anyone can really tell you, to not necessarily but generally, to that could help you. You know what I mean? You gotta help yourself. And that's the thing. People got to want to be helped, or to want to help themselves with whatever it be, whether it's simple or complex. And it's not that other people can't help, but the person has to want to help themselves and want to be helped, and or want to be helped. And people, a lot of people choose, not like they choose to just keep doing what they're doing when they have a way out of it. And I'm not saying it's their fault by any means, but if that's you, you have to know that you have a choice. You're not controlled by anything. There's always the other choice and the other side. You can always choose to do one or the other, or the third or fourth option. There's countless options. It's not black and white, but you can choose. You can. You're not completely powerless. You will give up whatever body you have at some point, but that's a whole nother video. So you can't keep anything besides maybe your experiences and wisdom. Somehow. It's like uploaded to the cloud. I don't know. But yeah. Make your choice. You're in control. You're behind the wheel. Nobody else. It's your life. Y'all have a great one. Appreciate you. I'm gonna head out of here. Wah. Ooh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Wah.